Hello everyone! I decided to make this video to help you guys out and learn how to make your own Animal Crossing YouTube page. I was looking for something like this when I first started and I didn't really see too much on there. I saw a lot of content for how to stream, how to create a gaming YouTube, but not specifically for Animal Crossing, which has become super popular lately. So I wanted to create this video to help you understand what to do, what equipment you're going to use, and etc. So this is filmed with my Elgato capture card, the content you are seeing right now. I do have an older version of the Elgato capture card, but it still works great. And if you do like videos like this, I would love if you liked and subscribed to come watch my other Animal Crossing videos. So first off, we're going to be talking about equipment. Now obviously you're going to be needing a Nintendo Switch, not the Switch Lite, which I learned the hard way. I actually did have a Switch Lite, so I had to find a Switch, which was very hard, and upgrade it to the regular Switch. I will show you some secrets I did for finding that Switch. So I went directly to Nintendo's website, and right here they have a button that says Buy Now for the Nintendo Switch. It's going to take you to this website, tells me all the specs and whatnot. You're going to hit Buy Now, and you're going to put in your zip code, and it's going to give you, I just put in a fake one, a list of stores, and obviously they all say out of stock. So if they did have some in stock, it might say that. A lot of times it's not updated in time. I went directly to Best Buy and checked this every single day. I called my local Best Buy to see when Best Buy does restock their items, and I called every day. I checked this website until one day I finally saw it in stock and I bought it right away. Now the next important and kind of expensive item you're going to need is a capture card. The one I just clicked on is the one that I have. It's an older version of the capture cards, and I recommend Elgato just because I saw that's what everyone else was using. It's compatible with all the streaming platforms. However, my capture card, the older version, is not compatible with Streamlabs and OBS. So keep that in mind. If you are buying an older version, check to see which ones you can buy. The one I'm hovering on is the most popular option, but also a much more expensive option. This has all the different specs. You can see mine is missing a lot of the things. I do want to save up for the HD60S Plus because it is compatible with Streamlabs and OBS, which would have the best streams. These are where you can add a text box, where you can add little pictures when people subscribe, etc. It's much fancier, but again, if you are looking to buy a cheaper option for your capture card, I actually bought mine from eBay. I also checked Facebook Marketplace. A lot of these will still be price gouged because they are very hard to find in stock right now. However, there are a lot of good options on here. As you can see, there's some cheaper ones. I do recommend checking Facebook Marketplace, but do be careful when you buy stuff online. Make sure you check reviews and whatnot. The next equipment you're going to need is a microphone, and believe it or not, I do not have a professional microphone. I do just use, for now, my microphone that came with my iPhone, you know, those old-fashioned Apple microphones that have the mic on them. I like this honestly because when I am recording, it's right next to my mouth. I don't have to worry about being right up to a mic. I do want to eventually buy a more expensive, nicer mic. I've heard that the Blue Yetis are really good mics from other friends of mine that do stream. But my audio honestly doesn't sound terrible. It could sound better, but if you are doing this on a budget, use your Apple microphones, use your AirPods, use whatever you have. You don't have to buy an expensive mic, especially at first. Once you do get your capture card set up, mine is not set up at the moment, but if it was, you would see my Animal Crossing screen right here. You have the options to stream, record, do live commentary. You can also turn the game audio up and down. I usually play with it off. Here's all the different platforms I could stream directly to with my software. Again, this is the software that comes with my older version of the Elgato, so it's nothing fancy. This option lets you turn your microphone up or down, and that's where I would select my capture card once it was connected. And once you do film your videos, you can actually edit them right through this platform. So I use this to kind of edit out parts that don't need to be seen. For example, if I've already walked past something or getting rid of dodo loading screens, you can just trim it right here and move them around. And once it's the way I like it, I'm just going to undo it so it's not messed up. But once it's the way I like it, I'm gonna save it directly to my computer, either into Movies or into iMovie, which is what I use to edit my videos for the moment. Once I have my video saved, I go into iMovie. I can click and drag the videos, including my intro. I can adjust the audio of my commentary so that it's not too loud, it's not too quiet, etc. I also add music in here, which I will talk about in a little bit, and I can also change the volume of that, and I literally just copy and paste it throughout the whole video so it's in there. You can add backgrounds and whatnot, transitions. I don't do any of this. I'm not too fancy. Titles I use in case I mess up on my wording or something or want to point something out, I'll add that in there. Never use the audio option, but I guess you can. I can also adjust a clip's speed. So if I'm doing a speed build, I can make it as fast as I want. So I would do custom. I usually do it like 400 for a speed build, but here I'm doing it as 200, so it'll be quicker. And you also have the ability to preserve pitch, but usually I'll just do the audio later for speed builds like that. I also always have mine fade out to black, but you don't have to, obviously. And once it's all done, I would just save it. I can name it whatever I want. I usually just name it whatever the island name is and save it directly as a file to upload to YouTube later. Once my video is edited the way I want, I'm going to hit Upload Videos and select the file that I want to upload into YouTube. So I would just hit Select Files right there and pick the one I want. I usually save it to my desktop just as it's easier to find. And it's going to usually take about 30 minutes to an hour to fully upload. I usually give it a title that has the words Animal Crossing, I'm typing slow, New Horizons Island Tour, because these are terms that people are going to be often searching, so that's going to put it in the search. I made my settings so that all of that shows up in every video. You can upload your thumbnail. I always add my island tours to my island tour playlist. That way people can find them easily. I put it's not made for kids because it's not specifically made for kids. That's what that means. Doesn't mean kids can't watch it. It just means that anybody can, and it's not going to be having all the restrictions. So these are the tags. These are really helpful for searching terms, so I just put relevant ones in there. I always put my English in there so people can listen to subtitles. And I put the game in here. That's super important because that's going to show up in the Animal Crossing's New Horizons gaming category for this video. Once you've done all of this, also want to mention having hashtags in the bottom of your video is also going to help people find it in their search. So I have these ones automatically go in there in each video, but I delete the ones that are not relevant and I might add one that is relevant. For example, this was a tropical island, so I added tropical. So that way if anybody does search up tropical island tours, it's in there. And then I'll hit next. These are important. At the end of my videos, I like to put end screens that are going to have a button for you to subscribe, for you to check out other playlists and other videos of mine. So you would add that after it processes. And then here you can choose when you want it published, how you want it published. I usually schedule mine for when my viewers are online, which tends to be about 2 to 4 p.m. and it's in your time zone. So then you would just hit schedule. So now that you've learned what equipment you need and how to upload your video to YouTube, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks I've learned throughout my month of being on Animal Crossing YouTube. And I'm no expert on this. This is just things that I've learned along the way that I would love for other people to have shared with me before I started. So first off, you're going to want a really appealing thumbnail. I use Canva to create my thumbnails, and I already have this template saved, so I just edit it from this template. I'll just get rid of that background picture and upload with the new background picture of the next island. And I'm going to just change the name right there if I wanted to. You can also change the color right here. This is just an element that's added, that little paint splatter thing, and you can even choose a color that's already in there. I use little elements like this just to make it look a little more cute. So I put elements, I type the search word that I want, and it'll show me things relevant to that. And I don't have Pro, so I have to use the free ones, but there's plenty of free ones to choose from. And you can also change the colors of these. So I like to make mine all white just so it kind of sits in the background, but you can make it any color you want. You can adjust the size and put it wherever you want to. You can rotate them. And it's kind of fun just to make your little thumbnails. And once I'm done with the thumbnail, I just download it right to my computer and I save it with the island name. So now let's talk about streaming. Streaming is a really big part of the Animal Crossing community, whether you stream on YouTube or Twitch or whatever you want. Unfortunately, I have to use the Game Capture HD platform. It's fine, it works, it streams, but it doesn't get to do anything fancy like other streaming platforms such as Streamlabs and OBS because my capture card is not compatible with those. So before you do buy a capture card, make sure you can check to see if it's compatible with those because they're much better streaming platforms than this one. All I would do is hit the stream button and make sure my live commentary is on. A couple tips I've learned for lag is to turn off this disable preview thing right here. You don't need your preview on. It's not going to affect you in any way. You would have the video right here, but if you're streaming, you really don't need to be watching yourself. Also, this button with the mic right here, I turn that off. For some reason, when that's on, I can hear myself echoing and it shows up in the stream of my voice echoing and repeating. So make sure you turn that off, but make sure your live commentary button is still on and at the audio level you want. I'm not going to show you because it'll show my full name, but if I hit the setting button right here, I would be able to go through and turn off any settings I don't use, which will definitely help the lag. My first stream had a lot of lag. I ended up actually deleting it because there was so much lag you could barely watch it. Once I turned all these settings off that I don't use, the video was fine. I didn't have any more lag after that. So for example, there's like a stream command where you can add a webcam in. I don't use the webcam, so I didn't need that. So I just turned it off and it really helped out with my lag. When you are streaming, I highly recommend checking your live chat. You can do that straight through YouTube while you're live streaming and just interact with everybody. Chat with everyone, see how everyone's doing. Don't be discouraged if you don't have a lot of viewers. I never have that many, but it's still so fun to have people watching, being able to interact with people. And that's the whole point of live streaming is just, you know, hang out with everyone, play the game together. Not really to show off you, but just to chat with all of your subscribers. Another super helpful thing is to have some kind of music in your videos. I just looked up copyright-free music loops. I like the loops because it just kind of goes in the background. I didn't really want something that would be too distracting. I like the loops because it's just this constant little sound in the background. And for mine, I don't remember what exactly website I used, but I remember I looked up guitar loops and found plenty to download, and these are copyright, royalty-free, so you don't have to worry about your content being taken down by YouTube. Be very careful with audio. You don't want to use anything that has copyrights on them. So as you can see, there's a lot of different versions. These are like longer songs. I would want a loop, but you can do whatever you would like. Now let's talk about intros. You don't need an intro on your videos. I like them because it feels personalized to the channel that you're watching. So I made mine again on Canva, and I'm not sponsored by them anyway. I just love Canva, it's easy. Judy, one of my friends, made that picture right there that says Becky Boo AC, subscribe. I added some animated elements and some static elements so you can look static or animated and find something you like. I'll just click the first one, drag it in there. You can adjust the size and the color, whatnot, whatever you want to do. You can move it. You can also do the same thing you did before with the thumbnail, so it's going to have all the different colors you used in this, and you can change the color. Just make sure it's saved as a video format before you download it. You want to make sure it has that right there. You can also adjust the time and save it. The last thing I would like to talk about is social media. So Animal Crossing has such a big social media platform. There's so many people and they're all so sweet. Everyone's so helpful. I think it's so helpful to have a social media account in which you can upload your channel to, say, hey, I just made a video if you guys want to watch it. That's where I get a lot of my viewers. I have a Twitter, an Instagram, and a Discord that I use just to say, hey guys, I made a video, but I also use this for other things. I also recommend commissioning an artist for your header picture, your profile picture, etc. And they will definitely help you create a beautiful picture for your YouTube or for all of your platforms. and do a much better job than I, personally would have done. So thank you to the people that did make mine. I am so thankful to have such beautiful pictures as my backgrounds. So this video you're seeing here in this background, like I said, is filmed with my capture card. I use all the same tips that I said in this video. Same recording mic, same everything, same platform, etc. I made my intro that way. I made the thumbnail same way. So what you're seeing here is just an example of what you might be able to create. If you do use these tips and create something, I would love if you commented and shared your YouTube video. If anybody has any other tips and tricks that I did not touch on, because again, this was just my own personal experience, let me know. I would love to hear some of your feedback. Oh, I ignored my house, it's so empty. But yeah, I would definitely love to hear some other people's tips, tricks for everyone else. And if you did like this video and want to watch more of my Animal Crossing YouTube videos, I would love if you liked and subscribed and come joined. You can also follow my social medias. I will put them down below. Reach out to me if you have any questions. My DMs are always open for anybody. If you need to talk about YouTube or about life, whatever, you can come talk to me. I really hope you guys have a great day or night, and I will see you in future videos. Bye!